Hey y'all, good morning. How is everybody doing today? Welcome on in. My name is Alex with the Creative Llama. If you see that red live box above me, that means I'm live, but if you don't see it, that just means you are catching the replay. Y'all, I have loved this watermelon slice for our cutout of the week. We did this on Monday. It's my brand new cutout of the week. I have a new one every single week. And I absolutely loved how this watermelon slice turned out. So I decided, let's go a little bit bigger. And so we did. And so we're going to make a little watermelon door hanger. Y'all have voted in the broadcast channel for like a summer craft. And that's what I came up with. Let me move this camera real quick, y'all, because I'm all off centered. But when y'all pop on, say hey. Give me 1 second. Let me check to see if I moved it okay. Hi, Dee Dee. Give me a second. All right, I will angle it down here in just 1 second. Let me get this shared over into our broadcast channel. So if you're not a part of our broadcast channel, make sure that you join, because that is the best way to know when I am live, is over in that channel. Let me angle this down just a smidge and let's get started, okay? So I'm gonna kind of go with the same colors that I used in this guy. So this is our cutout of the week. This is $11.99 shipped. You get the blank version of it. But we're gonna do a big old door hanger with this one. And this one is the 16-inch door hanger. So, good morning. Hi guys. How's everybody doing? Happy Thursday. I'm so behind on my week. I feel like, good morning, Anita. I feel like it's Friday. I don't know. I'm not usually up and going, like working this early. I'm still just waking up. I sleep in a little bit because I do stay up and work pretty late. So I'm a little scattered this morning. I apologize, but we're gonna get going. We're gonna wake up. So when y'all pop on, say hey. I'm going to take a paintbrush and we're going to paint the background of this in black. Hi, Holly. I know, I love this watermelon too. This watermelon is so fun. I did see somebody who used this cutout and they did like red, white, and blue, like one of those banners. And I really wanted to do that. But y'all wanted like a summertime project and we loved that watermelon earlier this week. So I thought, let's go ahead and let's just create the larger version of it. And then maybe what I'll do is I'll create a video doing it in red, white, and blue. I just think that'd be so pretty. Hi, Shirley. Kimmy, how are you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing okay. I have been thinking about you. So we're just going to take some black acrylic paint. And I'm going to use acrylic paint today. Oh my gosh. See, I'm still trying to wake up. I'm calling it tonight and it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Good morning, Angie. Hi, Patty. Hi, Melinda. Good morning, everybody. If you are new to me, hello, my name is Alex. I live in Texas. I like to do a lot of like wood cutouts and transfer stencils. So that's the type of crafting that I like to do. I live in Texas. I'm from San Antonio and I used to be a teacher. So that's a little blurb about me, if you will. Hi, Michelle. You almost put this shirt on today. How funny. We could have been twins, Angie. We could have been twins. All right. Let's dry. Let's get all of the extra paint off, if you will, and let's dry. So comment the word slice, and that will get you the link or the supply list for everything I'm using. I did list the exact colors I'm using today in that message. And this cutout is 25% off today only. Okay, so until midnight, you can grab this, and I have it in all the way from 10 inches all the way up to 20 inches. So it is 25% off. You do have to go through the website to grab it. Hi, Tammy Reaper. I'm so sorry, Miss Kimmy. Being in pain is not, it's not for the weak, I will say that. We are thinking about you, my friend. All right, let's get this dry, and then comes the fun part is all the other fun colors. So I did the background of this in black. You could do the background in white. Now I thought this would be really cute on like, you can get a different size, but to like attach it to a wreath. I thought that'd be pretty. Even just a regular door hanger. Now if you did a door hanger, like if you wanted to put it on your front door, I would go bigger. This is a 16-inch one, and it's 16 inches wide. But I would do like the 20-inch one, honestly. Thank you. How can you have makes me happy for you. What? Hi, Donna. Good morning, Lorna. All right, so this is nice and dry. We're going to set this guy to the side. Okay, we're going to clean up our glass mat. And then we're going to do the fun stuff, the fun colors. Okay, so we're going to wipe all this up. And like I said, I did put the color list in the supply list because I did have some people asking me when I did the cutout of the week what colors I used. And so I put that in that message for you. Good morning, Marcia. How are you? All right, so now here are the big pieces of our watermelon, right? So we're going to go pink, white, green. So let's start with the pink. I am going to wipe it down. Sometimes with your wood cutouts, it comes looking like it's burned. It's not. Well, at least for mine. It's MDF, so that glue comes up. You just need to wipe it off. Like so. And we're going to go in and we're going to use the color. I think this is one of my new favorite pinks. Vintage pink. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. It is vintage pink, so that's what we're going to use this morning. I love this color. This color is so pretty, y'all. And I did have to order my colors off of the Deco Art website. So just so you know. All right, let's go in with our vintage pink. This beautiful pink color. I think this is going to be a great color, just like everyday color or to use all the time. But I've been having so much fun painting with acrylic. Typically in the past, I usually paint with my chalk paste. But I have been really enjoying trying out acrylic paint. And I think it's so fun. So you can paint it with whatever you would like. Chalk paint, acrylic paint, chalk paste, whatever it is. Whatever your paint of choice is. I've really been loving the Deco Art paint. And I'm by no means an expert on paint, y'all. Like I said, I've just recently really started painting with the acrylic. Now, I got a little heavy-handed in those holes, so we will have to clean those up. But this pink is really, really pretty. Hi, Barbara. I saw that you got signed up for perks. Yay. All right, Kimmy, good luck, my beautiful friend. Wishing you a fast recovery, my friends. All right, so there's our pink. It really is very pretty, y'all. Deco Art is what you use. And you know, I've been ordering from their website, and they're super fast on their shipping, I will say. So I want to say I ordered this, like, the paint that I got, like, on a Wednesday, and I got it the following Monday. All right, there's that. So there is our pink. What do we think about the pink? Do we love it? Do we hate it? Are you not a pink fan? All right, I am going to clean out some of the holes in here because I got a little heavy-handed painted. I meant to grab my foam brushes before I went live, and I forgot. I was too busy looking for a ribbon. All right, there's the pink. We're going to put that to the side over here. And let's pull out the next one. This one's going to be white. So our white is going to need a couple of coats. You do, Michelle. I love it. So that was vintage pink. We're going to go in with white. This is Snow White. And I'm going to wipe off some of this glue that's on here, because, little tip, if you are having yellowing on your cutouts when you paint with light colors, it's more than likely because you have all of that sitting on top of your cutout, and that is what is going to yellow your paint. So I highly recommend you take a wipe and you wipe off as much as you can. Hi, Donna Deek, how are you? All right, that looks good. I'm gonna go in, I think, with a sponge, a makeup sponge this time, and let's see how that does, okay? I really like painting with the makeup sponges because I don't have to clean them. And for some reason, this dang wipe, I know, not for some reason, it's because I leave it open and then it clogs. Hi, Darlia, how are you? I have not seen you pop on in a hot second. I hope you're doing fabulous. All right. A little bit on the sponge, and here we go. So by doing it this way, you're going to prevent, as long as you don't put too much paint on your makeup sponge, you're going to prevent that buildup in the circle cutout of the cutout. Does that make sense? But if you put too much paint on, it will get built up in there. It's not the end of the world. Just take some sort of tool and clean it out. Good morning, Linda. Y'all are very quiet this morning. I hope everybody's doing okay. I know I'm still trying to wake up. Boone says hello. He's being sassy in the backyard this morning. You know, how dare the neighbor let their dog out. Good morning, Anise. And I don't know what I was going to say. Good morning, Anita. Work took over your life, girl. I understand. I feel you on that. All right. Get the white on there. The white will need maybe a coat or two. And I got a little where I don't want it. So I'm just using a straight pen to wipe it up. And then let's dry it and do another coat. It's 6, I know. It's early. It's early for some of us. Like I said, I sleep in a little bit in the mornings, but because I work later in the evenings. So this going live at 8:15 a.m. Woo, y'all. And I mean, I'm not like, I don't know. I'm a morning person, but not like 6 o'clock in the morning person. Are you a night owl or like a morning bird? What are y'all? What are you? Or are you kind of a combination of both? I know. Everybody's still trying to wake up. Even if you're on the East Coast, right? It's only 9:30 in the morning there. Me too, Miss Linda. I haven't had any caffeine this morning. I meant to grab my energy drink and I forgot. No, I know. I didn't forget. I was too busy looking for a ribbon. All right. Got the second coat on. Let's dry that and let's see how it looks, because I want that white to be super bright. And so to achieve that, in my opinion, I got to do a couple of coats. So if you're just jumping on, we are doing a watermelon door hanger. This is kind of my inspiration. We did this earlier this week, which is our cutout of the week, okay? And so I wanted to do a larger version of that because I loved that so much. So that's what we're doing. We're doing like a watermelon slice door hanger. It's early for me waiting for this. Yeah. Lorna, send me a message. I'm retired, so oh girl, Miss Pam, I'm jealous. I am jealous, but you worked hard to be in retirement, so you enjoy that sleeping in. I get up every morning. Oh, heck no. I'm not one of those people who like, and it's maybe because I'm not a parent, and I could be wrong about that, but I'm not one of those people who like gets up in the morning and like sits down and enjoys a cup of coffee in the quiet time. And I think that might be because I'm not a parent. You know, I'm somebody who, once I get up, I need to start my day. I need to get going. I don't sit around in the mornings after I get out of bed. And I will lounge in bed for a little while, probably about 30 minutes before I actually get up. But I remember my mom growing up, she would say, like, she would get up, you know, an hour before us, me and my brothers, and she would enjoy her cup of coffee in the silence with no children. So that's why I said that. She always said that's what she did to get her alone time in. I'm always up early. Not that I want to be just, yeah, no, Tammy, I get you on that. I tend to always, my body will just automatically wake me up around like 7:30 every morning. And so I'll lay in bed for maybe like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and then I'll finally get up. But you stay up late, you're a night owl. Well, you've been busy, Miss Lorna. You've been crafting up a storm. I'm loving all the pictures you're sharing in the VIP group. If y'all are not in the VIP group, make sure that you join. Just comment the word slice. Because Miss Lorna, she is one of our VIP members who shares a ton of her crafts in that group, and she makes beautiful items. So make sure you join over in there, because I'm also having a sale in there tonight. And there's going to be discounted cutouts. There's going to be a lot of discounted cutouts in there, y'all. A lot. I've got to get rid of boxes of them, y'all. I was cleaning up my house, my office the other day, and I found tons and tons of cutouts. I'm like, okay, we've got to do some sort of sale. So make sure you're in the VIP group. That's the only place I will be doing the discounted cutouts and some transfers in there for y'all tonight. I'm up early, but getting these two going is slow moving. Youngest is 3. Oh, how cute. I was like your mom. I had to get up at 5 a.m. and never went to bed until midnight. Now, she always went to bed early. I will say that. She let my dad take like the I guess the evening shift. And she did go to bed early. Now, I don't know how early it was like when we were little. But I remember like when I was in like high school, she'd be in bed by like 8. But she'd be up early, right? Getting us all awake and getting to school and all of that. I have tons in my basement. Yay! Well, I'm glad. Not that you have, not yay that you have tons in your basement, but yay for crafting. I love to see it. So we're going in with the color Aloe. I know this part isn't the funnest part, is watching all the painting, but I do like to show y'all the way that I paint. Hi, Jackie. How are you? From Indiana. Well, my name is Alex. Welcome on in. I'm in Texas. We are creating a little watermelon door hanger. And we are painting the last piece to the big old watermelon, and then we've got some smaller pieces, and then it's going to be the fun part, which is all the distressing and the putting together. Good morning, Victoria. Oh my goodness, Lorna. And now you get to be at home and craft all the time? That sounds fabulous. Okay, so tell me in the comments, what kind of crafting do y'all like to do? Do y'all like, or what's like your style? Do you like the stencils? Do you like cutouts? Do you like thrifting? Do you like Dollar Tree crafts? What type of crafts do y'all like? Or what's like your favorite thing to do? Sewing, quilting? What is it? Good morning, Lisa. All right, let's get this dry. Let's see if it needs another coat. I think we are good to go. These covered really well. So there's the last little piece to our watermelon size. I'll put it together and I'll show y'all what it looks like. Okay, so let me wipe this up. Cutouts, your cutout fan. All right. lay this down. Let me show y'all. I like everything. That's why I'm a... I feel you, Shasta. I was an everything person, and I finally kind of found like my niche, which are the cutouts. That's something that I really enjoy. Along with... Ooh, y'all, look at that. That's so pretty. What do y'all think so far? So like I was saying, like you could get this and do red, white, and blue and leave off the watermelon seeds and put like USA on top, and you could do red, white, blue and make like a little banner, which is what I was thinking of doing. But I decided to go the summer theme. But this guy is 25% off until midnight, and you can get, there's a ton of different sizes. So go grab that while that's on sale. And then we've got our smaller pieces here. So we got our bird, our seeds. We're going to paint these black, yellow, brown. We're going to go the burlap, red. Okay. Hi, Anita. How are you? I use a lot of things from Dollar Tree. I use clip art prints. Ooh, that's fun. I'm a lady who loves everything. I was just giving a sewing machine and have never sewn. How funny. That sounds like me, Linda. Like, yeah, I want a sewing machine, even though have I ever sewed before? Absolutely not. You like to do all the flower arrangements. If you're jumping on, we were talking about the type of crafting we like to do. So that's the chat. All right, we're going to go in. Ooh, I got a little too much there. Whoops. Oh, well. All right, we're going to go in with our black. Okay, and we're going to paint our birdie. You know, y'all, I'm actually really liking painting with makeup sponges. I just find it so much easier. Now, you could totally, like, cut off the top and reuse them. I don't, because I buy them in bulk. And plus, I just don't have the room to store them. But you could totally do that. All right. Getting this nice and covered. And then we'll paint the beak. What color should we do the beak? Yellow or orange? All right, watermelon slice. I love painting with black because it usually just needs one coat and it's easy. Okay, another watermelon seed. That looks good. Close this up. I think we're done with the black, so I'm going to pick up all this extra paint and put it right back into my bottle to not waste any. You like to craft with cutouts? Leona, I saw your email. I can fix it. I meant to send you an email back last night when I saw it. I can fix that for you. All right, let's go in with our yellow. I wanted to use the color Marigold, but I don't know where mine went. So we're going to use a brighter yellow, but then we're going to distress it and kind of tone it down a little bit so it'll still look good. So we're going to go in with this yellow. I can never say the name. Oh, and I just ripped that in half. I like florals, resin, transfers, paint, inlay. Goodness, I love it all. That's awesome. I'm new to your page. Hi, Teresa. Well, welcome on in. We love new people around here. If you are new to my page and you've been watching, be sure to hit the heart button. Let us know where you're watching from. I love to know where everybody's watching from. We like to hang out in here. We like to laugh at me because y'all typically I'm a disaster. But we have fun. We have a great community here. We're very, very welcoming. And we love all of our new friends and our current friends too. Ooh, mustard would be a good idea. That's something, I need to go buy that yellow again. Because I really liked that, like, that marigold color. But it's okay. I find that with this yellow, it needs a couple of coats for it to be nice and covered. So that's what I'm doing, but we'll distress it. We'll dirty it up a little bit. I shouldn't say dirty it up, but that's the way I describe like my distressing. Make it a little dirty. All right. Let's dry that again. Watching from Alabama. Well, welcome, Patricia. And y'all be sure to hit the follow button because that number right here, the blue number at the bottom, it'll go up or down as people like or unfollow. And be sure to join the broadcast channel. If you like me and you want to see more of my crafts and you want to know when I'm live, join the broadcast channel. It's free to join. It's right down there in the pinned comment. If you open that up, there's a link in there. The first link is to my broadcast channel. And the second link is in there, is the link to the cutout that I'm using tonight or today. Oh my gosh, I'm still trying to wake up, y'all. Link to the cutout I'm using today, and it is 25% off until midnight. So like if you get the 20-inch one, you save like $7 or $8. So it's a heck of a deal, I will say. All right, there's our little sunflower. Why do I keep grabbing that? And I also go through baby wipes like crazy in here. I am so guilty of that. All right, we're going to go do our burnt umber. I'm going to stain this. St. Louis, Missouri. Yeah, welcome on in. We have lots of fun here. And we don't take ourselves too seriously. Like if you like somebody who is a little bit of a mess and who messes things up and not perfect and laughs at themselves, that's me. I don't take myself too seriously whatsoever, y'all. I come on here and I have fun. I like to hang out with y'all. I like to ask y'all how you would craft something because I definitely don't know everything. And I learn from y'all all the time. Use that yellow for the beak, okay? All right, I'm going to wipe this off. Get all that glue that's on top of the transfer. Oh my gosh, the cutout. And wipe it off. Hi, Jennifer. Oh my gosh, a name I have not seen in a hot second. How are you, my friend? All right, we're going to go in with the color Burlap. This is a really pretty color. You could totally do, you don't have to use this color. You could use the burnt umber if you wanted to. Girl, I don't know how to pronounce it. Cadmium, yellow. Yes, we do share ideas. I don't know if that's even focused because I don't have my little screen to help me see where what I'm showing you. Let me see. It's about to show me. No. I can put it in the link. I'll put it in the link. Cadmium. Y'all don't laugh at me. For some reason, I cannot pronounce that. I don't know what is with me. That's okay, Jennifer. I'm just glad you're here now. I hope life is treating you well. You're welcome. What cutouts I like to do? Diamond. I've never tried diamond paintings, but they look so relaxing. I will say they look very relaxing. All right, we're going to do the high, and then we're going to do this red. Okay. Something crimson. Alizarin crimson. Don't make fun of me. Thanks, Nora. And see, I can't even show y'all. This Facebook taking away the option to mirror is very frustrating. Because I feel like I didn't even really show you the name. But this red is really pretty. It's more of a maroon type red, which I love. I went to Texas A&M. So go, Giga Mags. I'm a big Aggie. So I love anything maroon. All right, that's painted. I think we're done with all the painting, y'all. Give it a round of applause. We're finally done watching me paint. There you go, Lisa. Thank you for putting it in the comments. I love wood cutouts, but I also started doing ceramic. Ooh, fun, Tammy. It's just a makeup sponge. Renee, it's just a makeup sponge from Amazon. These are linked in my Amazon storefront. I really like these. I actually prefer, like I said, to paint with these than paintbrushes now. Obviously, on my smaller stuff. I wouldn't take like a big old makeup, or take a makeup sponge to a big old door around. You know what I mean? That would take forever. You have over 200? Oh my goodness. All right, we're gonna paint his little beak. And then we're gonna do the yellow. And then we're gonna start distress. Ah! Oh my gosh, see? I got yellow on his belly. Goodness gracious. That's par for the course with me. I get the color where I don't want it. Hi, Brenda. I volunteered a ceramic class at a community. Oh, how fun. I didn't know that. That's so fun. See, I'm learning. I like chatting with y'all because I learn stuff about y'all. You're welcome, Renee. Anytime, my friend. If you comment the word slice, right, you'll get the link to the supply list and stuff that I'm using, but you'll also get the link to my Amazon storefront. And if you click on the Amazon favorites, it'll take you to my Amazon storefront, and all my stuff, including these, are linked in there for you. Hi, Linda. It is Boom. It sure is. You know, just doing his backyard patrol, making sure, you know, the neighbor's dog doesn't get into any trouble. If you are new here, I have an Australian Shepherd. His name is Boone, and he loves to bark at everything. So, if you hear him, sorry. But I don't like to craft. So this is the thing. I don't like to craft with my dog. So I have the Australian Shepherd and I have a miniature long-haired Dachshund, right? Love them both, but I don't like to craft. I don't like them to be in the house when I'm crafting, because obviously my attention is here, and they're like children, and they get into things that they're not supposed to get into. You know, when I'm busy, they are mischievous, but when I'm not busy, they're lazy. Anybody else's dog like that? So that's why they're outside. Also try to get them outside before it gets too hot here in San Antonio. All right. Here is the fun part. It's going to be the distressing and putting it all together, okay? So first we're going to start with the outer ring, right? Because, yeah. All right. So we're going to distress. I like to use my distress crayons, but I also like to use inks. So I'm going to use some of my distress crayons. We're going to go in with the color Mowed Lawn. And if you've never seen how these are used before, I'm going to show you how I learned. Once I learned this, it changed the game, because I've always seen these. I'm like, how do you distress with those? I'm going to show you. Okay. Any plans for more weekend with Thomas? Me will be saying, oh, how fun, Victoria. Good morning, Kathy. No plans. I think he is going to be with his children. Other than I have my niece's dance recital. I think on that Saturday. But we'll probably go to my parents' house and hang by the pool, cook out, all of that good stuff. But how fun. I hope you have the best birthday, Miss Victoria. Okay, so I take my makeup sponge, I take the distress crayon, and I put it on the edge, right, or the end. Then, I'm running out of space here. Then you're going to just distress. And it's going to add, and I'll show you here in a second, it's going to add that color, I don't know if you can tell, to the edge. Now, I like the distress crayons because I think they are very, very forgiving. Because if you add a color that you don't like, or you messed it up a little bit, you can take a wet wipe and wipe it down. Okay. So I'm going to put a little bit more. Were y'all able to see that? I wasn't paying attention to my computer. He is. Thomas will be with his kids. Yeah, Renee. All right. But they're super easy to use. You just keep building it up. Add a little bit more. You can control the intensity of it. And there we go. All right, a little bit more. So can y'all see? You can see it. Yeah, he's got 2 kids. Can you see the distressing on there? Like so. Okay, good morning. Y'all, I love this. Now, I'm going to go in and I'm going to add a little bit of my walnut stain. That's the black one. To this edge. Okay, now all of this is completely optional. You don't have to do this. If you don't like the look of it, don't do it. I personally think the distressing and this like extra touch just kind of brings everything to life. And to me, it just looks more finished. All right. All right, there's the first piece. Let's get our slice out and we're gonna glue this guy on, okay? That looks good. So I'm gonna use my stick fast glue. And I'm just gonna put glue around the edges. And then we're gonna lay this down and just line it up and hold it until we get that nice and flush. Okay, so there's our first step, right? We're gonna put that to the side. We're gonna grab our white. Now I'm gonna distress both sides of the white with my brown. I'm gonna try to do it lightly because I don't want it to be too heavy with the brown. Now, if you don't like the brown, you could do whatever you like, but I like the way that it looks at the end. You do the same with what, Lorna? What did I do that you do the same? My gosh, I got an itch on my lip or on my face. All right, a little bit more. I'm just trying to keep it as light as I can while still adding some of that detail. Okay, there's the white part. We're gonna lay this down, okay? Where's my glue? A little bit of glue. The distressing, yeah, I think the distressing just adds so much to it. All right, lay that down, okay? It's coming together, it's coming together. This is so cute. I love this little watermelon. I'm obsessed with this. All right. Now we're going to do the pink. So here's our pink. Let's close up our distressing crayon. We're going to use a different one. I'm trying to remember which one I used the other day. I think it was this one. Should we go more red or more pink? What do y'all think? More red or pink? Now on this one, on this watermelon, we use the pink, okay, to do the shading. I think I'm gonna go pink. I'm afraid the red is just gonna be too harsh. And I get all of these off of Amazon. All right, let's go pink. Let's go pink. All right, so I'm gonna take this. I'm just gonna cut off the end of this one. Throw that away. How funny. All right. Maybe we'll add a little bit of red at the end. We'll see. So apply it to the bottom of your makeup sponge. And then just add it to your piece. I'm afraid afraid if I used the red that it would be too red. You know what I mean? Like we want this to be like a darker pink, right? All right, so I'm just applying this all over, and I'm going to try to bring it down a little bit. Like so. Until I get the look I'm going for. Oh, there's Boone. He says hey. He says hey to all of his beautiful ladies. That's y'all. All right. I feel like it needs a little bit more. Hi, Pat. How are you, my friend? You being sassy? Really? Can y'all see me? I'm so over my internet giving me issues. All right. So, all right, there we go. I'm sorry, y'all. I am beyond frustrated with my internet. It has been giving me issues all week. Thanks for staying. I appreciate y'all. They say hello. They're being, you know, sassy in the backyard. They're patrolling. All right, I'm just trying to blend this in a little bit. All right, that looks good. Boone's like, no, it doesn't, Mom. Yep, now Tucker's in on it. Absolutely. Tucker doesn't always get in on it, but he will from time to time. All right. Ooh, look at that. I am going, even though I add a little bit of that white, I am going to add a little bit of the brown to the edge. All right, here we go. Let's glue this. That's not the right glue. It's this one. They're doing something, Leona. Boone is the biggest baby ever. Like, he's afraid of a box on the table. I'm not even kidding. He won't come close to the table because there's a box on it. I'm not even joking. Oh, y'all, look at this watermelon. Look at that. How adorable. Oh my gosh. I love this. All right. Now let's do all the little pieces, the bow, and then y'all, we are going to be done, okay? So y'all hit that heart button for me. Comment the word slice. When you comment that word, you'll get the supply list. And like I've been telling y'all, this cutout is 25% off today. So you need to grab it because you can save some good money. Like I want to say the small one is like $13. And then you can get the big like 20-inch one for $18. So thank you. We're just going to go in with our white distressing ink. And now we're going to glue that. Mine will take the box. Oh, see, that's Tucker. Tucker will destroy a box if I allowed him to. Boone is afraid of everything. Like, you look at him wrong and he's afraid. He is a big old baby. All right, let's glue this last seed on. Ooh. Okay. Ooh, y'all, it's coming together. All right. let's distress our little birdie. I'm going to use white. I love this little bird. Okay, a little bit here. All right, so now I'm not going to glue anything yet until we kind of figure out our placement for everything, right? So then let's get out our sunflower. Let's distress this in the brown. Distress this in the brown. I added a little too much. Whoops. Oh, boonies. He be naughty today. All right, there's that. We're going to distress this guy a little bit in white. Okay. I think we are done. No. I'm going to add a little distress ink to this tag, which I don't know if we're going to use this yet. I haven't decided with the bow. But we are about done. We're getting there. Okay. Close that up, put that up. Let's glue our high on. And y'all hang out till the end. I'm going to do a giveaway, but you've got to be commenting and interacting with me. That's the way to win. Okay. So, I think there, and then like a bow here. So let me wipe up my hands. I pulled that. And I think I'm just going to do like a burlap bow. Maybe this. Does this have a stand? No, this is a hanger, Lisa. But you could totally get the large easel and make it standing if you want. So which red should we use? The bright or the muted? Thank you. Me too. I love anything like fruits and stuff. For some reason, I don't know. It makes my heart happy. That's the thing I love about it, Jackie, is the lace. And like I was saying, you could totally grab this, and if you didn't want to do a watermelon, do like one of those like patriotic banners where it's red, white, and blue, and then put like USA in the middle, or just put a big old bow. You know, exactly, Linda. You always got to keep an eye on them. Okay, that bow needs to be bigger. And if you're new around here, bows are kind of where I struggle. All right. Went and checked out the distress card. They are so fun, Renee. And there's so many different colors. I will say that. All right. Let me wipe my nose. Okay. So some are saying muted, some are saying bright. Let's see. Let's see what we think. All right, so here is, ooh, that's the muted. Let's see the bright. I'm thinking muted right now. We're testing out which ribbon we want to see, or which one we want to use. Ooh, that's a tough choice. What do y'all think? the bright red or the muted red? Yeah, the patriotic, I saw someone do that with this cutout, and I thought it was so cute. I was going to do that today, but then y'all said y'all wanted more of like a summertime craft. What do y'all think? Bright or muted? I'm kind of thinking muted because of the red back here. All right. Bright, bright, bright. Bright. Oh. Okay. Well, let's go bright. I do think the muted looks cute. So let me close this. Close it. Oh my gosh. Wrap it. And let's make our bow. We're going to add a little bit of raffia. Yeah, Linda. I'm kind of cut off. I don't need any more. I've got tubs of ribbon. That's a little too big. Okay, that's good. All right. So, and I got this ribbon off of Amazon. This bright one came from the Amazon. Okay, that looks good. We're going to add some raffia up in here. All right. Y'all went bright. I was so surprised. What did Miss Tammy say? She said she was going to order something, and I missed it. Oh, you're going to order the distressing crowns. Yay! You will not be disappointed. I honestly love crafting with those. Once I learned how to use them, it was a game changer. Okay, so let's add a little bit of raffia. Let's go. Let me go into our little raffia collection down here. Should we have black raffia or regular? 4. You know how I've been telling y'all I was a little late because I was looking for ribbon? Sorry, y'all. I found my ribbon. It was in my craft room on the floor. Black or regular? What do y'all think? The green is too bright. Still here. Okay. We are just going to loop this. Oh, Boone's on the run. Hi, Sue. Miss Sue, I saw that you signed up to be a Perks member. Thank you so much. I hope you find some stuff today in the release. I totally forgot to mention that. I don't have red. That's what I was wanting. Oh, no, I do. We could do like red and let's do red and the regular. What color was the watermelon you're looking at? This is vintage pink and aloe. We're going to do a combo of the two. We'll add a little bit of red. I kind of wish I had like a darker green. I'm a liar. I do have dark green. Goodness gracious, Alex Dawson. Is that too dark? We're just adding all sorts of stuff to this. All right. Adding it here, right? I can get my fingers around it. Yay! Thank you, Rebecca. I'm so glad you got it ordered. I guess I never seen Raffia like that. Whoever came up with the idea. Yeah, Renee, it is so much easier to use than the, you know, the stuff that you buy like Hobby Lobby that just comes in clumps, and then you take it out of the bag and all the pieces are everywhere forever. It might be a little dramatic, but that's why I don't like using that raffia. That was a little dramatic, Alex, but it's true, y'all. All right. We're going to add a little bit of green. Y'all, I love raffia. I love the look of raffia. I just hate messing with it. All right. Here we go. And all this raffia bundle came from Amazon as well. There's a white, I think there's a white in there too. And that's on my Amazon storefront as well. Okay. What I am going to do is I'm going to use a rubber band. Is what off of Amazon? The raffia is. It makes such, yes. That's why I kind of had like my little moment where I was, you know, frustrated with the raffia. Amazon. Okay, I don't need it to be tight because I'm going to tie it into my bow. But I just wanted that so that way I wasn't sitting here fighting it. Because that's when I get a little frustrated. You know what I mean? Okay. Raffia. Our bow. All right. Let's tie. Now, I always tend to not get this centered for whatever reason. There we go. Then I'm going to see how we can hang this on here. And let's see. I don't know if it needs the tag. Sorry, y'all. I'm like trying to figure this out. Will you have these on your post? What post? What post, Miss Linda? I don't know if it needs the tag. I don't like the tag. We're going to take the tag off. I'm not going to use the tag. It will come with the tag. If you don't want to add it, you can just save it and put it with something else. I don't think it needs it, personally. Hi, babe. All right. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. There we go. I want this side to be a little bit bigger. All right. No, I'm not the best at making bows. I might have added way too much raffia. But we're going to live with it. All right, I'm going to glue it. I'm just going to put it right there in the edge. And we're going to hold this sucker down. You could use hot glue to attach it to. Thanks, Shasta. I appreciate it. Where you tell us what you use. Linda, if you comment the word slice, the links, and when you comment that word, the message has all the colors that I use. I don't know specifically what you're wanting more information on. But if you tell me, I'd be happy to help you. All right, we're gonna glue this down. Okay. And then I will cut the tails to the bow here in a second. We're almost done, y'all. We are really close. I have, Rebecca. I should probably give it a try again. Since now, like, I'm a little bit more experienced, like, as far as bow making goes. Not that I'm by any means a bow maker, but I have more practice. Kathy, we're still alive, my beautiful friend. All right, so where do we put the little bird? He's too big to go on our bow, I think. Yeah. So do we angle him up or do we angle him down? Oh, okay. I wasn't sure, Kathy. Me too, Michelle. Mine is the bow making. I'm not the best at it. All right. Tell me what we should do with our... Thank you for sprinkling. Yes, y'all hitting that heart button, commenting, sharing the video. That all helps me out and all of your creators so much. So anytime you are watching somebody that you really enjoy, be sure to sprinkle them out if you can. What do y'all think for the bird? Oh my gosh. This is turning out adorable. All right, I'm just gonna glue him like that. Thanks, Donna. Thanks for answering me, my friend. All right, angle it down. All right, and then we're gonna add his eyeball. And I'm gonna add my dots. And y'all, we are about done. And I messed up that dot. I'll fix that here in a second. All right. And here it is. What do y'all think? You could do a wire hanger or you could do a jute hanger. I ran out of time, but that is what... Oh my gosh, this is adorable. So, like I was saying, this is 25% off all of the different sizes. You can get it from 10 inches wide all the way up to 20 inches wide. I do recommend if you're going to do this on a door, when I put it on a door, I get the big one. That way it's nice and large. But this is the 16-inch. I think it is really cute. And it's 25% off today only. All right, let's pick a winner. I have not tried them, Linda. I have them. I have not tried them. I have them in a box over here. So, I think this turned out pretty dang cute. Y'all do me a huge favor. Hit the heart button. Sprinkle the video. Comment the word slice. That will get you the supply list. You can also just click the pinned comment down below. I'm going to fix that. There is in the pinned comment, there's a link directly to this where you can pick your size and go check out and grab this, okay? Let's pick a winner. So the word is, let's do bright. Comment the word bright and I will pick 2 people to win some Happy Meal. We'll do the 3rd person and the 7th person. Thank you. You're so welcome, Renee. I'm here. Make sure y'all also join the broadcast channel. That way you know when I'm live. Because I really love to come on here and teach y'all. I used to be a teacher, and I love to teach y'all different ways of trying things. Okay, so we said the word bright, the third and seventh person. So Jackie, Terry, Kathy Bruns, you were number 3. Maureen, Shasta, Victoria, and Miss Nancy Goneveld. Nancy Goneveld? Remember, I'm just telling you the order that I see them. Miss Nancy G and Miss Kathy Bruns, y'all are today's winners. Please send me a message and I will get you your form to fill out so I can get your giveaway out to you eventually. But thanks for hanging out with me, y'all. Be sure to hit the follow button, join my broadcast channel, and I will see all of y'all maybe tomorrow. I might jump on tomorrow at some point and do a little craft with y'all, okay? Go grab this while it's 25% off, and I will see all of y'all later. Bye, y'all.